There are many important people in the Bible that are worth knowing about. Some of them serve as role models, while others serve as warnings to steer clear of certain behaviors. In some cases, they help us learn a lot about the events that took place during the Old and New Testament periods. Regardless of the role they play, every character in the Bible is significant in some way. So let's continue our video series with another such figure, Isaac. Being the son of Abraham, we might assume that he would have a close relationship with God. However, beyond that, he also obeyed the Lord's commandments, and his life's course was not merely a matter of luck. Isaac was born to Sarah when she was 90 years old, while Abraham was 100 at the time. At that point, he had a half-brother, Ishmael, whom Abraham had to send away relatively soon because of Sarah. However, Isaac was special in multiple ways compared to Ishmael. His birth was foretold by God a year in advance. God also told Abraham what to name him and instructed that he be circumcised at 8 days old. Even his conception was a miracle, as Sarah was barren and naturally unable to have children. Yet due to Abraham's faithfulness, God blessed them with a child. Abraham loved his son deeply. From an earthly perspective, one of the greatest treasures a person can receive is their child. However, this joy did not last long, as Abraham soon faced his great test, the one we all know, where he was commanded to sacrifice Isaac. If you don't know the story, watch the video series about Abraham's life. We cannot know exactly how Isaac felt when his beloved father suddenly took him on a journey to a distant mountain, accompanied by a few servants. They carried a knife and wood, but no burnt offering, and when Isaac asked about it, he was given a misleading answer. In the end, his loving father tied him up and was prepared to sacrifice him, ending his life. Just looking at this, it seems almost miraculous that Isaac remained faithful to the very God who, in a way, had allowed this to happen. Yet, seeing the miracles and covenants that God had made with his father, he too found assurance in his faith. My brothers and sisters, the circumstances may be different, but isn't this exactly what we should be doing as well? Believing in our Redeemer despite all hardships? We have the Bible, which presents the same miracles and covenants, and even those that hadn't yet happened at the time. Most of us have likely witnessed many painful and shocking moments in our lives, and at times we may have even wavered in our faith. But we must not allow these struggles to defeat us, for God will repay our invested faith many times over in heaven. After all this, Isaac had to cope with the death of his mother, as we later read that he also mourned her, but it was Abraham who conducted the funeral. By this time, Isaac was not young at all, which is best demonstrated by the fact that after this, Abraham sent his oldest servant to find a wife for Isaac from the land where he himself had come from, and Isaac had little say in the matter. The servant set out with camels and many valuables to Aram-Naharaim, to the city of Nahor. When he was almost there, he stopped outside the city at a well where the women of the town would come to draw water. At that moment, the servant prayed to his master's God, asking him to show his faithfulness to Abraham and to reveal that very day the girl chosen for Isaac. He asked that the sign be that she would not only offer him water to drink, but would also water his camels. No sooner had he finished thinking this than a young woman named Rebekah approached. She was the daughter of Bethuel, the son of Milcah, who was the wife of Nahor, Abraham's brother. When she arrived, she gave the servant water to drink and also watered all his camels, just as he had prayed for. So there was no doubt she was the chosen one. The servant immediately took out a gold nose ring and 2 gold bracelets and gave them to her. He asked who she was and whether there was room for him in her father's house. Rebekah offered him lodging at her home and even provided straw and fodder for his camels. At this, the servant bowed down and loudly thanked God for granting everything he had asked for perfectly and swiftly. To be continued.